Kyle, how do you feel about tipping stars?
Ben, I don't feel good.
You don't feel good?
You know what? I've done Just Plays where like I dump on a game and no one in the comments appreciates that. And that's what I get such anxiety coming into a Just Played on a game I didn't like.
All right, so maybe let's not dump. Let's sift. Let's sift through tipping stars.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about it. What it is, first of all. It's the next one in a long line of Mario vs. Donkey Kong games.
Right.
And these are, I mean this in a good way, these are pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You've got these little robot Marios. Mm-hmm. You create paths for them to get to an exit.
Yes.
These are tiny micro puzzles. You do a bunch of these, you finish the game, you say thank you Nintendo, that was simple fun.
Right. Simple fun is a fair way to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donkey Kong stole Paulina. Now you need to make your toys go through levels.
Right. That's the context enveloping it. Absolutely. Have you played the other Mario vs. Donkey Kong games?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The last one I played was Minis on the Move, and that one it was different because you would get directions. They would feed it to you from this pipe, and you would have to, as you were being fed these directions, scramble to guide a single Mario or multiple Marios along. This one's different. It's not 3D. It takes place on a 2D plane, and you have to build bridges for Mario to get across.
Yeah.
I was playing it this weekend. I played through the first world. You got to the third world?
Yeah.
And I liked it, and I thought to myself, this is just another one of these games. There's not a lot for me to comment on. I think, as they always have, they have a really good learning curve where, I always felt like there was enough going on that I had to work for it. Like, I'm bad at managing multiple things, so when I have these little mini Marios, I have 5 of them going along, I get really frantic and stressed. Yeah. And that's fun. But all the stuff that I've seen in this game, I feel like I've seen in the past ones.
Yeah, dude. What's weird is I was triple starring everything.
Yeah.
I would get 2 stars and I say, I'm replaying this.
Me too.
So how can I possibly tell you I wasn't having fun? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, clearly there's a part of my brain that was getting into it. And that's what's so weird is when I turned it off, I was like, good, done.
But I feel like it's one of those games, right, where it doesn't make you feel anything. Like, you just have this sort of, like, weird, removed perspective where you're like, yeah, this is good. Yeah. And it's hard to trash on something like that, but you don't get excited about it. You don't want to, like, go and tell Huber, like, dude, you got to play Tipping Stars.
Yeah.
Now, the impasse that we might be at is I think both of us are not that big on user-generated content. And that's like 75% of what I feel like Tipping Stars is offering.
Right, the title is Tipping Stars.
Right.
Because that's what, like, if I liked your level, I would tip you some stars.
Absolutely. And as you're going through the game, the stars that you're earning, you were talking about getting 3 stars for everything, you use those stars to buy things to use in your created levels. Mm-hmm. And you and I kind of both had this realization where it's like, I just don't really care about that. Like, I've got so many games to play. I don't have time to make games.
And even with all the things you can buy out of these levels, I don't know if you can make interesting levels. You can make interesting puzzles, but you can't make worlds. Right. And that's where I get caught up on, is like, really it's just going to be somebody making some complicated puzzle of me moving things around.
Right.
As opposed to just like some Little Big Planet levels are cool. I'll play some of those. And it's like, oh, you made a world. Good job.
Right. It's appropriate maybe that you're tipping them, right? It's like, oh, here's your star. It's pretty good. I did mess around with the user-created stuff. And while it's not personally my cup of tea, it is very easy to use. Like, in 3 minutes, I think, I was able to make something that I was like, oh, yeah, I would share this on the internet and have people hate it.
And what was it, though? Like, what is the twist on Ben's level?
So, there are these springs that you can get.
Yeah.
Okay? And the springs so far are my favorite things in the game because you can, as you're going through, you can move the springs around. And I just like it when these little tiny Marios are jumping all over the place. So Ben's level has a lot of springs. That's really all I accomplished. It's not very hard to figure out, but you jump a lot.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's fair, man.
Okay.
You made Mario jump, which is something he should always do.
Right. And Did you ever play, one last thing, maybe
Okay.
wrap it all around. Did you ever
Sure.
play WarioWare DIY?
No.
Okay. I love the WarioWare games.
Uh-huh.
Love them. I think they're incredible things that Nintendo has done. I bought WarioWare DIY because I loved WarioWare so much, and then I realized I don't like making levels that much.
Yeah.
But I could recognize how great of a tool it was for people that do. So I think if you're looking at this just for a puzzle game, and if it's your first Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I think you're going to get something out of it. If you've played a bunch of the other ones, maybe not. But if you like making levels and you like things that are easy to use, I think this is probably worth the money.
Yeah. Also cool, it's cross-compatible with 3DS.
Yeah, the
You played that
first
3DS, I played on
Nintendo
Wii U,
game
that was cool.
that's cross-compatible.
Yeah, it was alright.
I could share my 3DS levels. You could jump around on the Wii U.
And I don't want to be rude, I don't want to play your levels.
Why is that? Let's clear this out. Let's clear this up.
Actually, I kind of do because you made it and you put work into it.
There you go. We turned him around very quickly. Now he wants to play the level.
Honest, if we're being honest right
Let's
now,
be honest.
I probably still won't do it.
All right. Thanks, Kyle.